How to use the Silencer Co. Maxim 9. Full auto. With the rounds oriented downrange. Insert the magazine into the grip. Grab the slide, pull it to the rear, and let it go. We want to thank Capital Armory for sending us out the Silencer Co. Maxim 9. Establish a good two-handed grip. Extend your arms, line up your sights with your target, and hold the trigger down.
Yeah, show 'em the clip, man. What we got?
The world we're living in today is drastically different than it was even a few years ago.
The AAC, the ammo sponsor of the channel. Wow, what a segue. This guy's getting good. But big thank you to AAC for sponsoring the ammo. I think it'd be actually kind of fun to see, all right, from 10 yards away, let's see who has the tightest grouping. So I got some buds out here, and let's see how that does. We'll do a little, we'll have some fun segue, then we'll get back into talking about it. All right, here's the game from 10 yards away. We're gonna see who can get the tightest groupings with this bad boy. It's, spoiler, it's gonna be really hard. Hey, you know what? I feel like that was a decent group. I'll take that. All right, here's my group. Not bad. How do we feel about that? Feeling pretty good. Who wants to go next? Lindsay, our range mom. Here you go.
Oh,
Here's
shit,
that.
she is
She's a little warm. Stand by.
Beep. Bruh.
Lindsay, why are you cheating?
I don't know how to fix it.
That's okay. There you go. Yeah. Tap rack. You're good. Take two. Woo. All right, let's go check out. Lindsay, you gotta check out your target.
I don't think I hit a single one.
Lindsay, you know what? We'll go the millennial route. I'm happy you tried, and I'm proud of you. We got two.
Three.
We got three? Where's the third?
1, 2, 3.
We got three. All right. Where's the Sharpie at? That a girl. Thankfully, everyone's been doing like not great enough to where we don't have to swap out paper. But Sam, I have good feelings for you, Sam.
You have too much faith in me. Just because I built it doesn't mean I can hit shit.
That's a fair point. All right, let's go check out the paper. All right, what do we got? We got,
Wait, 2.
no, we got 1, 2, 3. You got 3 on paper. Not bad.
I beat you.
Not bad. It's a tricky gun. All right, Savio, it's your turn to shoot.
Okay.
I can't talk. There we go. All right, Savio, the cameraman, is now going to attempt the challenge. Round for X number of months for it to get processed for your stamp for the silencer, and that's gonna be stupid, but turns out you did better than before. All right, Lindsay, are you ready for your redemption run?
As ready as I'll ever be.
That's fantastic. That's the spirit. Lindsay,
I still only hit 3.
I think, all right, check it out.
Oh no! This is why I just help make them. I don't shoot them. I just help make them.
You know what? You're number one in our hearts.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, so.
Yeah, show 'em the clip, man.
Never leave your wife in bed without reaching the final moments again. This is capable of making your member hard and big.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Elliot Delp, and this is Sparky, back like he never left. And today we're going to be talking about... Boo. Oh, yeah, boo. Today we're going to be talking about the PSA Saber. It is officially spooky season, so make sure you check out basementoperator.com to pick up your spooky season merchandise. That's our first disclaimer. Our second disclaimer is PSA did not send this out. They had nothing to do with the purchase of this Saber. We do usually work with PSA, but I bought this on my own dime because I was eager to get it, and Eager Beaver, and wanted to test it out. Velocity Ammo. So big shout out to Velocity Ammo. They are the sponsor of the channel, and we really appreciate the thing. Has really shook the market because PSA has started to introduce more higher end stuff. Mid to high end stuff. I would almost say that they're priced mid, offering high.
Yes. Bang for
with what you get. Yeah. All right, with what you get. And this video will actually not be an entirely positive video because we've actually ran into some issues with the Saber, and we have some opinions on it. This thing total, the upper I paid $750 for, and the lower was $300, so you're all in. We are running it with the Voodoo, and then we have a ProTac, which I like them a lot, and then we have a Somo Gear, a little knockoff Peg 15, and we are testing that as well. And Gear, a little knockoff Peg 15, and we
You can't always plan when you'll need a gun. Rational gun owners carry not because it's a weapon, but because
Gentlemen, today we're going over the Saber 10, aka the M110 we have at home. So let's dive on in.
Dude, what are you doing?
Doing the shooting montage. What are you talking about?
It's a DMR. You're not supposed to shoot it that fast.
Oh? Should we slow it down a little bit? Oh, there she is. Okay, we're gonna go up a few clicks. Eldridge, hey buddy, we need some more ammo. You see that? That was something that wasn't liking and subscribing. They were eating their coffee, drinking their beer, unaware I was lurking around the corner, and I got them. Gentlemen, there's few things I love more in life than a great comment from the comment section. So get down there, leave a comment. Your comments are a sacrifice to the algorithm god. Gods of which you enjoy M110 at home content, because the YouTube overlords sure don't. So that interaction does help by pushing this stuff out and winning the culture war. As we get into the Saber M110, I do want to give another disclaimer of why should you listen to me talk about this? Well, to be honest, you shouldn't. I'm a dude on the internet running around and LARPing on the flat range, having a good time. I don't think of myself as having the credentials of being a DMR authority, if that makes sense. I am just a dude who is going out here having a good time, discovering a few things. We're gonna try some stuff out, but it's more from this is definitely a novice perspective when you consider the vast quantity of knowledge that guys that have gone through schoolhouses on this stuff have. I don't have that. I took one course, I've been plinking away with this thing, trying different things out. I see the benefit of these in the civilian sector, but ultimately I am not someone that is like, I was there overseas fighting with an M110. I'm not that guy. I do talk to someone that was like that, but that is something I do want to talk about and let you know what's up. So diving into the Saber M110, real quick, what's my relationship with Palmetto State Armory? Well, I like what PSA does a lot. I remember being at SHOT Show, seeing they had a bunch of cool projects, and they even have projects that don't stop. They are constantly coming out with new guns, one of these being an M110 at home style build. It helps get you into the ballpark of scratching that itch if you can't drop the massive amount of coin for the actual $9 M110A. So I kind of like this for what it is so far, but my relationship, like I was saying, had a number of their guns on the channel thus far. I like what they do. I have an affiliate link with them, and they are the ammo sponsor of the channel. Wow, what a plug. So you have to understand that though I like them a lot, we can still be critical of certain things, which we will be in the video. So real quick, we're gonna do some testing from 100 yards. This is after already burning it down quite a bit. Keep that in mind. This isn't a fresh start of the day. We'll do a slow 5-shot grouping on each of the circles dots I have marked. So the first up is Winchester PowerPoint 129 grain. Probably gonna be a weird zero because I zeroed on AAC 140 grain, but nonetheless, we shall commence. We'll go for the head box on this guy. Okay, I can see that grouping. It does not look great. We have some S&B. Celion Bleu, 140 grain. That's probably how you say it, right, Colton? Yeah. Yeah. Now, S&B. I go top left shoulder. And she didn't lock back all the way. It could be a gas setting thing. Next, while I load up, we have some Sig Sauer, 140 grain OTM, open tip match. The Marksman Elite. I can see where my rounds are hitting. I was like, why am I shooting so low? And I think during all the goofy shooting montage, my top turret got knobbed over and restricted. So hopefully during this portion, all my hits are on the dots where they're supposed to be. Incredible admin moment. All right, top right shoulder. Rounds complete. Let her chill out. We have Sig Sauer Elite Series copper. You're probably wondering, why is the ammo selection so wild? Why is it so random? Well, I was doing admin things in the office, and I had to send Colton, who's behind the camera, out to grab some ammo, and he just, he went buck wild with the credit card and got whatever he felt like. And I think it's a good selection, Colton. I think it's a good selection. Don't let anyone in the comments tell you it's not. I'll go bottom left. I'm a sniper. Last series of rounds, we're doing the 140 grain boat tail hollow points from, you guessed it, the ammo sponsor, AAC. Wow, what a plug, what a plug. This guy really knows how to YouTube. It's like he's done this before. Nobody plugs on YouTube better than I do, nobody. I walked up and I said, wow, this admin guy can okay, I'm sorry, I'll shoot. I was expecting the bolt to lock to the rear, but I realized I just put in a fresh mag with like 25 rounds. My bad, I'm an idiot. Okay, let's go check out the results. The administrative outcomes. Wait. No, I messed it up. You may be wondering,
hey, admin, why is your target so short? What, are you shooting midgets or something?
Once you click this video, you'll be taken to uscca.com/maps. From here, you can click on any state.
First off, that's not the nice word anymore.
You better watch your microaggressions, bro.
Second off, don't you ever think you may be fighting against someone that's crouching? Look at my crouching stance right now.
Look what I can do!
Look how tall I am compared to the dummy. Come on. All right, so you can see my error of my ways with my reference point, what I was shooting at, and then I finally realized my dope was off. That one's kind of embarrassing. So we have the Deer, I think it was the soft point ones. What was the grainage? Rewind it. What was the grainage? Deer rounds. What a bad at sign. Sig 140. Okay. And we have the Sig 120. That's not bad. Looks like I stacked two. Not so bad. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 140 grain AAC. Now you may be wondering, hey, did he shoot better on purpose with the AAC ammo because it's the ammo sponsor of the channel? Perhaps. But no, you gotta understand, with the groupings on this, the limiting factor could also, of course, be myself, the shooter, because I am the problem. What we can see here are some pretty solid groupings with the grainage that it was zeroed on. So everything's looking like it's pretty good one MOA group. So I wanted to show this off, the groupings, in a more slow-paced, zeroed fashion that you would typically see from a YouTube video. Next up, what I wanna do is a mag dump grouping test, because people on the Patreon asked for this. We'll dump 3 rounds of AAC 140 grain, and then in a 25 round mag, we're gonna have stacked 5 of the different calibers, and we'll do a rapid grouping test that way. As fast and accurate, of course, as I can. All right, now, what we're gonna do, similar test, going into it, racing against the sun yet again. Up first, we have the deer hunting rounds. These are the 128 grains. Going for the headshot. All right, that should be 5. Next up, the S&B. Next up, we got the SIG 140 grain. SIG 120 copper. AAC 140. Well, that completes the test. Let's go check out the outcomes, the administrative app. All right, so we have deer round, some stuff. Go check them out. So the barrel's gonna be a 20-inch barrel. Comes with a really good trigger out of the box. It's a very nice trigger. It's one of their PSA like 2-stage triggers, I think it is. Very good trigger. Really enjoyable shooting experience. And we got an ambidextrous charging handle, ambidextrous safety, and then an A1 stock. So things to consider. So this is a 6.5 Creedmoor Saber 10. Now, some guys are running into issues, and I didn't do this, but some guys are running into issues when using
Hi, Frank George here. This is the EMS foot massager. EMS is electrical muscle stimulation.
In today's video, I want to answer once and for all the age-old question of whether or not the 6.5 Creedmoor is actually a better cartridge than the 308. To answer this question, I'll be shooting each cartridge at mild steel plates ranging from 1/4 inch all the way up to 1-inch steel. Whichever cartridge penetrates the steel the deepest will be crowned the best cartridge. So place in the comment section down below which one you think that will be. For the 308, we'll be using a 24-inch barrel setup. And for the 6.5 Creedmoor, we'll be using a 26-inch. I know, they're not the same barrel length, but it's as close as I have. Shooting steel can be very dangerous, so do not try this at home. So let's go ahead and get our testing started with a 1/4 inch mild steel plate. Well, no surprises there. Well, no surprises there that both the 6.5 Creedmoor and the 308 went through the 1/4 inch mild steel like butter pretty much. So let's go ahead and step it up to the 3/8 inch mild steel plate. Again, both the 308 and the 6.5 Creedmoor went through the 3/8 inch mild steel plate like butter. That's pretty impressive right there. So let's see how that 1/2 inch mild steel plate will treat both of the cartridges. If you find this testing useful so far, I'd sure appreciate if you snipe that like button. I'd also recommend that you go and check out my website, link in the description below. Looks like both of the cartridges got stopped cold in the 1/2 inch mild steel plate, but which one actually penetrated deeper? My money is on the 308, but let's go check it out. All right, I'm back here at the workbench, and one thing I can tell you right off the bat is that bulging is severe from both of the cartridges, which is impressive in its own right. I thought that I was going to be able to take the depth measurement of each cartridge, but unfortunately the spalling is so severe and inconsistent on each that I'm not able to take an accurate depth measurement. So what I'm going to have to do for this is go out with an angle grinder and cut each of these areas flush, and then we'll be able to get a good measurement. Let's get started.
Welcome to Cartridge Talks, where my good friend Ryan Muckenherd and I work to answer your deepest, darkest cartridge-related questions. In this episode...
All right, at the block, 25 and 9/16 inches of penetration. Pretty exceptional for a lead core bullet.
All right, first up, out of one of the finest cartridges ever developed, the 308, we're running Federal's 150 grain Power Shocks. They've got a muzzle velocity of 2820, a 100-yard impact velocity of 2532. Let's press that trigger and see how it does. All right, solid work by the old 308. We're looking at 19 3/4 inches of penetration with the 150 grain Power Shocks. All right,
Running copper down the pipe now, we've got a Federal loading here with the Barnes TSX, 130 grain projectile. 28 1/4 launch velocity, 2603 at the block. All right, shot out. Let's examine this wound cavity. Tremendous penetration, very characteristically copper. .36 3/4 inches through the block. Wow.
Round two, literally, with the 308, we have Federal's Trophy Copper. These are 165 grainers with a muzzle velocity of 2,700 feet per second, a 100-yard impact velocity of 2510. Let's send this bullet into the gel and have a look. All right, range is clear. Let's walk down and check out the block. All right, look at what we have here. The 165 grain Trophy Copper showing a lot more penetration, looking at 32.5 inches. Now keep in mind the bullet construction and the range, but very impressive.
And we're back. Now, before we give you the grand unveil and show you the ballistics gelatin blocks, we came up with a couple of categories that are going to help us rank these two cartridges and hopefully get you into the correct selection. We've got shootability, accessibility, versatility, drop and drift, and terminal performance. So first on the list, shootability.
Ryan, what the heck is shootability?
It's a made-up term.
Oh, that sounds made up.
Yeah. It's a term that we're using to try to describe and encapsulate how controllable that rifle is. How easy is it to shoot? How much recoil are you going to have to manage? Give you a general picture of what that rifle is in the hand.
Okay, it's sounding a lot less made up now.
In fact, foot-pounds of recoil. When we're looking at the 6.5 Creedmoor versus the 308, the 6.5 Creedmoor is coming to the table with 13.8 foot-pounds of recoil. With the factory ammunition that we tested. The 308 is coming to the table with 16.65 foot-pounds of recoil. Again, that was with that 8-pound baseline established.
Well, Ryan, in your made-up fantasy world of shootability, it sounds like the 6.5 Creed is going to be more shootable.
That's a fact. The next category, accessibility. How accessible are these cartridges to find on the marketplace?
Exactly, Ryan. We're talking about accessibility in terms of total factory offering, how it expands, and what it needs to expand.
the new weapon. Dude.
крепко-на!
Вон он, блядь!
this game, you're not ready for it.
You're in the middle of this beautiful sci-fi environment.
A couple of days ago, Valve has had a pretty rough week or so. On top of the ongoing false bans I recently reported on, and the massive wave that saw thousands of innocents banned, things got even worse. Monday morning, posts started circulating of a massive security issue within CS2. Allegedly, users figured out it was possible to change your Steam IDs to entire HTML blocks. These could be links to pictures or even GIFs, and apparently, since CS2's in-game voting system isn't properly sanitized, they would show you the actual images and not the line of text. I didn't fully understand this, so thankfully a dev here at The Score gave me an explanation and a pretty good example. The HTML of an image on Google shows up like this, and when something like a browser sees the code, it will interpret it and show the image rather than that code. A game like CS2 would want to be sanitized, so they would escape it, basically meaning change certain characters so they know not to interpret the image, but instead just keep it as the code. But since they didn't, if you made your name the link to gore or pornographic images, that's what would show up on screen if you started something like a vote. Obviously childish as f, but as this is the CS community, it's pretty par for the course, and from what I've been told, a massive oversight on Valve's part. Some of the same accounts that were warning about this issue in the first place also claim that this exploit could be used to grab IP addresses of teammates who see the vote window. Sure, I now understand how not properly escaping a code could end up showing an entire image instead of just the HTML block. I sort of connect it to how back in Source, Valve let you make your spray literally whatever you wanted, and for most people, that was usually porn. But how does that somehow equal players getting their IP addresses leaked? Well, along with a dev from The Score, to get a better understanding of all of this, I reached out to prolific CS2 data miner Aquarius to help me understand. And it's actually quite simple. Every image that exists on the internet is stored on a server somewhere, and whenever your machine views that image, your IP address needs to access that server. So in the context of what's going on in CS2, since the image popped up in your game and not the line of text, your computer is basically forced to access that server. And if someone were using an IP logger at the same time, they would technically be able to view yours. Sounds freaky, right? Well, that's exactly what a lot of people posting about this were thinking too, including hacker and game developer Jason Thor Hall, who not only urged people to not play the game, but claimed it could lead to an XSS attack.
I would not play CS right now. I would not do it. You are 100% vulnerable to this until they fix it. Do not play that game right now. And that is coming from a security expert. I've been a hacker for 20 years. This is incredibly easy to pull off. You don't want this. You don't want this at all.
In an XSS or cross-site scripting attack, a user could potentially use malicious script that could get onto your computer whenever the vote pops up. If that was true, this would be a massive security exploit for Valve. But after testing, Aquarius claims it wasn't actually possible because script tags weren't working in this exploit. In fact, Aquarius and plenty of other people believe this entire situation was blown out of proportion. Yes, he agreed that people shouldn't play the game until it was fixed, but since an XSS attack wasn't actually possible, he figured the exploit was actually pretty innocuous. That's because it required a lot of randomness for a stranger to get into a lobby with you, log your IP, and then do something nefarious with it. Others obviously disagreed, and many criticized Valve for not actually speaking on the issue. However, while all of this was going on, another exploit was discovered, one that Aquarius claimed was in fact a big deal. It turns out that it was possible for workshop maps to have scripts on them that could apply and scratch off stickers, as well as remove cases from your inventory. It wasn't possible for entire skins to get deleted, but as we know, stickers and cases can be just as valuable. Fortunately, regardless of how you feel about the actual danger of them, both these exploits were removed fairly quickly. How do we know this? Well, it's sure as hell not because Valve told us. I mean, f*** a statement, they didn't even release patch notes for this. Literally the only reason we know it's safe to play again is because people like Aquarius and GameFollower figured it out. Listen, maybe this wasn't a big deal after all, maybe it was. I personally don't like the idea of someone having access to my IP address or f***ing with my inventory, but it seems at the moment like nothing bad actually happened to anyone. Still, at the very least, this is a little embarrassing.
I've worked at some of the largest retailers on the planet. You think they all have it figured out.
This is your garbage trash browser, and this is Opera GX. You see this difference? Opera is 100.
It's the speaker knockers.
Started out with nothing, I was hungry. Now I got a couple niggas, bitches on me. Fuck nigga, I don't wanna be your homie. I had to make a couple bands by my lonely. I had to make a couple bands by my lonely. I had to make a couple bands by my lonely. I had to make a couple bands by my lonely. Fuck nigga, I don't wanna be your homie. All I wanna do is count commas. I had to make a couple bands for the come up. Got kicked out the house, I had no option. I was going through it with my mama. Jugging and finessing, had to play it raw. Smoking weed, dodging feds, cause my head hard. When I dropped out, I said fuck all of y'all. Imagine pulling up to your school in the best car. I was born in 94, I got the tattoo. I just took his bitch, that's what that cash do. If you went from broke to rich quick, you would brag too. I'm sorry I finessed you, watch your money, but I had to. Started out with nothing, I was hungry. Now I got a couple niggas, bitches on me. Fuck nigga, I don't wanna be your homie. I had to make a couple bands by my lonely. I had to make a couple bands by my lonely. Had to make a couple bands by my lonely. I had to make a couple bands by my lonely. Fuck nigga, I don't wanna be your homie. Ha 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 ha. You mad or nah? Fuck nigga, don't want war. Them things go rah. These stocks don't get no love. My pockets is on large. I'm swimming in the guap. I got gold all on my watch. My belt cost one of your checks. I'm throwing all this money like bread. I know it make a girl so wet. I know that pussy nigga upset. I'm winning, you lose. That's your fault, should never snooze. You broke, never make no moves. I be making movies, no Tom Cruise. Started out with nothing, I was hungry. Now I got a couple niggas, bitches on me. Fuck nigga, I don't wanna be your homie. I had to make a couple bands by my lonely. I had to make a couple bands by my lonely. Had to make a couple bands by my lonely. I had to make a couple bands by my lonely. Fuck nigga, I don't wanna be your homie. By my lonely. Had to make a couple bands by my lonely. Damn. Yeah. MTTM2.